Yeah. Wondering if I could talk and open the window at the same time. It's kind of noisy right now where I am. Okay, so guys watching, let me know if you can hear me. I'm not sure if I should leave the window open whilst I talk. It's quite noisy and the cars are coming around. I'll talk about air and good air and bad air. And what's going on right now is interesting because it's bad air where I'm at. Busy road and lots of cars constantly, and this is not good because they are emitting poisonous gas and fucking up the pure air that nature makes. This is the problem of living in the towns and cities. It's a huge problem, and it's having a major effect on how long you live and the quality of your life. The quality of the air you breathe affects the quality of the air you breathe. This is obvious, right? But I've experienced it, so I want to talk a little bit more about it on a deep level. The quality of the air you breathe affects the quality of the life you live. And I'm not talking about I'm literally just talking about breathing air. I'm not talking about pranayama, I'm not talking about yoga, I'm not talking about all the great things that we do for health to enhance our vessel. I'm talking about just air outside of all the great things we do. Because, this is true, we can do a lot of things for our health that we have control over, and that's what we should focus on. But you could argue that there's one thing that we have no control over, to a point, that's affecting our health in a negative or positive way, to a point. And that is the quality of the air that you're breathing 24/7. Right? A lot of people are breathing in crappy air. I am now. I'm in a dry fasted state, by the way. I'm feeling pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Because I look after myself and I do what I can. But, my friend, in a town, I live in town too, by the way, with my parents back home, but where I'm at the moment is a town. It's a busy road. I'm inhaling poisonous... The air is just not pure. Pure air is negative ions. It's bandied around like a term, but it's true. It's definitely negative ions. That's pure air, created by nature, created by in the high mountains. There's pure air, and at the beach there's pure air because large bodies of water and sun create and moving water create pure air. So by waterfalls, you have pure air. In the jungles, in big jungles, you have pure air. In forests, you have pure air because trees and grass emit negative ions too. You know, nature basically emits pure air. Anything that's not nature emits the opposite air and fucks up the air. So cars are the worst. Factories, humans building shit like materialistic garbage. Yeah, humans, the bullshit that we build, everything, it fucks up the air. All industry, high-rise buildings, those trucks, those big, so much that fucks up pure air and is toxic in this environment. And the way that I see it, that we've got to mitigate this damage is either we live in a good place, like that's why people bang on about the tropics, by the way. It's sun and it's warm, but it's more than that. It's pure air, and that's powerful because you don't need to do anything. You can do lots of healthy things in tropics, which we probably will, and you recommend, but you don't need to do anything when you've got pure air. I mean, just don't fuck yourself up too much, and you'll be fine. I could talk for a long time on this topic and go a long ways. But pure air does something crazy to your psychology and your happiness and your health. Like this lesson's important for me because I don't live near the beach, but I've been before and I've had these experiences now. I'm into health. I connect the dots. Yesterday I went to the beach. We went to see someone else. Another lady does urine therapy, my friend, and we're not near the beach now, so it took about an hour and a half. When I got there, I noticed as we were getting there, and we were in grass, lots of forests, and very little, not like this busy road, very out of the way. There is cars and pollution, but much less. There's much more trees. I started noticing my mood went up and up and up. By the time we got there, and she's very near the beach, this lady. It's 20 minutes away. Sorry, 50, 100 meters away from the beach. My mood was just going up, and it wasn't doing anything. I was like 26 hours into a dry fast. And it literally was just the negative ions from the beach that flush over into the town. It's great at the beach. It really is. It's powerful. But even not just the beach, even 100 meters inwards, everywhere there gets these negative ions as the wind from the sea blows in. You see, most of the time, and it blows into the beach and further into the town. And it just is pure air from that. I could feel it. I could feel it. And my friend said the same thing. Zeke said the same thing. Psychology changes. You can feel a higher state of consciousness, and it manifests in me, and I actually noticed in my friends. I watch other people and how they're talking, so I'm looking at not just myself, how it manifests pure air, but other people. With me, it manifests in my brain just becomes sharp. It really does. The nose inhales the pure air and it goes straight to the brain. And the nose goes to the brain, the mouth, when you eat, goes kind of bypasses the brain a little bit and goes down into the bloodstream. It's a good way of looking at it, by the way. So, and also that's why urine up the nose works, the brain too. So air is a medicine and also a poison. So air goes and hits the brain first, and then from the mouth goes to the thing. So the beach air hits the note, hits the brain. You start getting quite smart and clever and high consciousness and grateful and happy and energetic and smart. So the quality of my thoughts changed, which affected the quality of our conversation. And I was watching Zeke, my friend, and the quality of his thoughts too changed. So we were all high vibe whilst we were walking along the beachfront. Highly recommend you do that if you go to the beach. Walk along or stay by the sea, but walk along the beachfront. You can do a little exercise and you can get those negative ions straight into your brain. Very powerful and very obvious that it gives you lots of energy, and very obvious that it is medicine for the human body. So imagine living in these environments where you've got pure air 24/7, living in the tropics, living in a forest in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by trees, living in the high mountains of the Himalayas, of the Andes. South America's got very high places. All these places, living there 24/7, you'd be very healthy without having to do anything. You wouldn't have to do anything. You can. That was beautiful. If I went there, I would do things. But I mean, a normal person just needs to be there, not do something too stupid with their diet, and not, you'd be very healthy. Very healthy. And on that note, actually, the lady we went to see yesterday, Pogi Hatton, who does Shabambu, has a grandmum. Her grandmum is an interesting character because her grandmum is 104 years old. 104. I've never heard of anyone that I know of, or my friends that know of, that is that age. So we got the chance yesterday to meet her, and guess what? She lives by the beach, like 50 to 100 meters away from the beach. Now she's bedbound, but she's still getting that air, through the windows of the house. It's pure air, and that's definitely helped. I'm 100% that's helped her live so long. Right? There's more. We walked along the beach. Before we walked along the beachfront, we went more or less straight to a cafe, which is out by the sea. So you've got the pier, and you walk about 50, 100 meters into the sea with a pier, and then there's a cafe at the end. It's like a novelty thing. A lot of seafronts have these piers. Kind of cool. These piers, and then at the end of the pier you've got the cafe. So we went to the cafe, and I've had this experience before last year when I went to see another person with a restaurant that was at the pier. If you watch the people that work, do this next time you go to a beachfront, a pier, cafe, shop. Watch this. Watch the people that work there, because yesterday I watched the people that work there, and they all seemed really happy. I thought, this is interesting. Maybe it's a nice job. No. If you think it's a nice job, it is a nice job. But it's not that that's making them happy. It's the negative ion air. To the normal people, these are just normal people that are not into health most probably. So the staff that work by the beach, on the pier, in the cafe, were really happy. And it's not probably because their psychology is happy. It's definitely because of their pure negative ion air. Makes everyone happy. Health is happiness. I also went last year, like I said, and I remember as well last year going to a different beach in the UK, and the staff were like, whoa, really happy. Again, not a coincidence. Connect the dots. Have a look at people at the beachfront. People don't argue that much at the beachfront. People just tend to be the best version of themselves at the beachfront. It's because of health is happiness, and negative ions is the ultimate medicine. It's amazing medicine. You know, I was talking to my friend yesterday and saying that if we don't live in ideal places, and I don't either, what we should be doing is going at least once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every month as a holiday for a day or longer. We should be taking regular breaks to these places to go and get and breathe in that air. We should. We need to. We live in places where I am now and where you guys are, where cars and toxicity and factories are fucking up our air. There's not enough green, right? So we need to take breaks and go to these places and visit. In other words, we might not have control of our environment in terms of breathing in through air 24/7. You might not have the funds to go and live in the tropics, the beach, and the high mountains yet. You can, I'm sure you can manage the funds and think about this to go seriously and start taking holidays at these places. It feels good to go to the beach. That's why. There's loads of reasons. Nudism. Grounding. People don't do, so people are probably pretty much with their shorts and just naked. Swimming, which is grounding, extra grounding, and also the huge one, negative ion air. That's why people feel great at the beach and sleep amazing. So we have to, and this is why I'm making this video, and for myself, we have to remind ourselves to go regularly on these trips and places for our health. They do feel good because it's healthy, and healthy is the same as happy. So that's what I encourage you. Do some research on negative benefits. It's obvious to me that it changes your mood and health when you go to the beach. Another huge point, it reduces your hunger. I noticed this last year when I went to see a friend for about 2 weeks who lives in Penzance near the beach. Your hunger goes down because your health goes up. You get pure oxygen and pure negative ion air. You get less hungry. So therefore, you don't overeat. You can fast. I was dry fasting then. Found it very easy. I find dry fasting easy anyway, but I found it easy. But it curbs my hunger and it curbs my cravings. So if you have cravings during fasting, or just generally, you can reduce them by getting negative ion air into you. So get to the beach. Go to the beach. Go to the high mountains. Go to the place, like the Peak District or this national park. Go into the middle of a forest, wherever you're at. Big jungle. Go in there and you will find that your hunger will just completely disappear, because food is just a myth in my mind, and the real oxygen, the real where we thrive, is from pure air. So, alright, thanks for watching this brief rant. I'll do another live today, another topic, and got some stuff on my mind. Feeling good, dry fasting, and ciao. Off to get some sun. Kind of naked with my sneaky shorts. So, Carl, mate, nice to see you. Alright, peace. I didn't turn that off. Yeah.